Today, I'm here to show you some self-defense techniques to protect yourself against sexual harassment. Because remember, sexual harassment can happen anytime, anywhere. All right? Oh my God, look at. You know what I mean? Let me show you how to do it. Hi, I'm Sharul Channa, and I'd like to wish all of you a very happy International Women's Day. Also, this year, Singapore is celebrating women. Ideally, we should celebrate women every year, right? And in conjunction of International Women's Day, we want to introduce some self-defense tips to you. Why am I talking about self-defense tips where people should be educated? But I think it's going to take some time to educate the population about sexual harassment. So we're going to go for self-defense tips first. I have MMA fighter Tiffany Teo, also known as No Chill.
Just like my fight persona in the cage, yeah, but I'm super chill in real life actually. Yeah.
I know you teach self-defense techniques as well. I'd like to ask you, what are the common scenarios where, people get harassed?
Yeah, I guess I have some personal experience also. Like, even though I'm a fighter, I still feel kind of vulnerable sometimes, when I walk home alone at night.
And also there have been cases in MRTs and buses.
Oh yeah, MRTs for sure.
So are you going to show me some moves which should be able to be used by men, women, or any age, any gender, any fitness size? I should be able to do this, right?
Okay, so I'll be going through some different scenarios that people find themselves in trouble. Standing position, sitting down, and also I guess in a lying position. I think most ladies and men, they feel kind of vulnerable in that position.
Also to note that if you're a victim and someone is sexually harassing you or attacking you, there's always a moment where you have a brain freeze. We understand that, but take a deep breath in and hopefully you can also follow these self-defense moves. Violence should be the last resort. These tips are only to help you if you are in time of crisis. So my token perpetrator for this series is Kai. Come and say hi to us. All right. Of course, for his identity, we've covered his face, so all the people online cannot make fun. So, what's the first scene?
So first one will be standing. Someone tries to grab you from behind. So first thing, number one, you want to attack at the wrist because it's the weakest point. You could still go at the forearm, the elbow, but it's kind of harder here. You need more effort. Point of least resistance will be at the wrist. So two hand attacking one hand. So you're just going to straighten. So from here, this hand is still holding onto the wrist. The other hand, you're going to come underneath the arm. Make sure that this arm is bent at 90 degrees. So there's actually a submission lock from here. All right, so you're going to circle around, bring the person's thumb all the way up towards their upper back. The attacker, they will feel a bit of pain on their shoulder. So this is known as a joint lock in Jiu-Jitsu.
In case we want to just run away, we could also just...
Yeah, you could just disengage. So you straighten and then you feel like you want to go away, you just create distance. This is like a frame to prevent them. But it's just a temporary position. So you can get help,
And this can be used if it happens to you in an MRT, in a bus, even an office party. If there is someone who's weaker or smaller, what other moves can they do?
All right, so same thing over here, address the first threat. So after I break the grip, so this leg, I'm going to step it, behind his thigh. So I want it to be deep over here, because you want to think of your leg as a box. You're tripping him over a box. If it's not deep enough, there's nothing tripping his legs. So the upper hand, you're just going to push him behind, so he'll be off balance.
Wow, so you're actually tripping the person into
tripping. If you're smaller, you can use your leverage instead of your strength.
You can use your small legs to your defense.
Yes.
So if you noticed, I've changed my outfit. When someone gets sexually harassed, the first question people ask them was, what were you wearing? You could be wearing anything and still get sexually harassed. And you could be wearing anything and still defend yourself. We're going to do some moves in the sitting position where the person is slightly restricted and say, someone touches your thigh. What do you do?
First of all, same thing, attacking at the weakest point, which is still the wrist.
Okay.
All right, so from here, you're going to come under their wrist. Okay, you're just going to punch it up.
So what if someone puts their hand over your shoulder and keeps it there?
I think a natural reaction is to use the hand that is nearest, right? But there's limited mobility over here. So what you want to do is to use your far side hand, hold on to the wrist over here, remove the thread, bring it over.
And then call for help. I'm back with the third scenario. This time I want to know, when a victim is attacked in a park or an isolated area where the perpetrator jumps out of nowhere, pushes the victim on the floor, in a position where they're right on top of them, how can they protect themselves?
There are some simple moves that you can do to off-balance the attacker off your body.
Okay, so throw your perpetrator off balance.
All right, so let's start in the mount position. So if it's punching, Alright, I'm gonna block the punches, or he might be strangling me, right? I want to elevate the pressure. Alright, so make sure that I'm not choking or anything. So I'm gonna control only one arm. If I control this arm, I'm gonna bridge him to the side. If I'm controlling this arm, I'm gonna bridge him to the opposite side. His hip is directly on top of my hips.
Yes.
So I can use my hips to off balance him forward. So I'm gonna bend his elbow over here. So I'm gonna bridge my hips up. Alright, now he's really off balance. Alright, and I'm gonna go onto my right shoulder, come onto both knees. From here, I can stand back up, can run away, or can kick him in the ground.
So now for the second move that we can use if someone is in a different position.
So now he's in between my legs. If he's punching me, I'm gonna block the punches. Alright, just a temporary block. So if he's controlling my legs, I want to free my legs. Kind of want to wiggle it out, have both on his hips.
Okay.
He can still reach me from here.
Yeah.
So what I want to do, I want to bridge my hips up. So now it's a bit harder, but it's still a temporary position. Okay, so from here, I'm gonna push him away. I'm gonna base. Alright, this hip is gonna come up, step back into a standing position.
Okay. Of course, when you struggle, you have to be comfortable with your outfits. The top you're wearing, be all over the place. But I guess that the first thing that you need to do is protect yourself
Getting out of the danger.
and getting out of danger. Thank you.
So after running through all the different, scenarios and techniques, so you have any questions, any techniques you find that is difficult?
I found the ones easiest when they were sitting right next to me and they reach out for my thigh. So, just grab the wrist. Or even the one that they grab me from the back. I think it's generally easy to do. Of course, it requires strength and you need to get over the brain freeze moment. Any tips on how someone can actually get over the brain freeze?
I guess to get over it, I'd say the first one is practicing the move regularly, because like anything you learn, it's a new skill. Be it self-defense, running, writing, reading, anything. You have to practice makes perfect. Yeah, and another way is I feel like the way we breathe affects our heart rate and in turns affect how we react. So if you can control your breathing, you can calm yourself down a little bit more and hopefully make a better decision from there.
Thank you so much for that, Tiffany.
No
if someone wants to learn self-defense classes, where can they go? Where can they contact you?
So you can find me on Instagram, Tiffany MMA. So I do run like self-defense workshop for ladies, for kids, everyone.
So I hope you learned something from this video and you can share it and try it and join classes and also educate everybody about protecting themselves. Again, it doesn't matter what you're wearing, people get abused in any scenario. So it's very important to know that it's not the victim's fault. I hope you share this video with all your friends. Tiffany MMA, no chill. No chill, right?
Yeah, no chill.
Okay, let's go chill out lah.